From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Stephen Nehrenz.
Sunshine and a little bit warmer weather for us today compared to this time yesterday when we had that complex of storms and the cloud cover that really cooled us off for at least a little while. Here's a look from Gathering Place. Now, having said that, we do have kind of that afternoon cumulus development bubbling up right now, so we'll see a little bit more of that through the afternoon. 87 degrees, heat index of 90, what it feels like when you tack on the humidity with that dew point in the upper 60s. That's kind of sticky conditions. Unfortunately, both of these numbers, here are all three of these numbers, temperature, heat index, dew point, all of those go way up over the weekend. Saturday and Sunday in particular are going to be sweltering. So that's another reason why we're all, hoping that everyone that's still without power can have their power back at least by Saturday, because that's when the heat is unfortunately going to get a lot worse. Mid to upper 80s at the lunchtime hour, and again, feeling a little hotter than that when you tack on the humidity. Another day where winds are pretty light. That will gradually change with time this weekend as well. And on radar, nothing near our area this time around, as opposed to yesterday when we tracked storms out of south central Kansas around Wichita into our area. That's been back into southwestern Kansas and the Oklahoma, Texas panhandle. So that's way off to our west. No immediate impact from us or for us. There might be maybe a brief leftover shower storm from the storm complex that drifts our way later this evening into tonight. What's been happening, you've heard us talk about this a lot the last several days, this northwest flow. What we're talking about is a flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere, upper level ridge to our south, which is helping steer. Again, that's the flow from northwest to southeast in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And these more organized complexes of storms will often kind of follow that upper level flow. That's what happened yesterday with the storms that came out of Kansas and headed our way. That's what's happening again today. And this flow pattern can be kind of tricky for us to forecast with, exact certainty, because all it takes is just a little subtle change here and there to that flow, and all of a sudden a storm complex that looked like it was going to be out west then heads to the east. That's kind of what happened yesterday. So over the next few days, today, really through most of the weekend, despite the heat building, there will also be a chance for a few more of those complexes of storms to our north to drift south. Some days they'll be in western Oklahoma, other days they may be further to the east. Now, it looks like with time early next week, that upper level ridge, which it kind of becomes that heat dome this time of year, starts to strengthen and spread further east, which would start to shut off any storm chances and really crank up the heat across the middle of the country, especially the southern plains, which again, this time of year, as we head from the end of June into early July, is kind of a typical thing for us to see. Back to the next couple of days, and I'm showing you the wide view here so you can see where the higher storm chances look like they're generally going to stay, which out in the Oklahoma, Texas panhandle today. And there's another threat for severe weather today and tomorrow across the panhandle, is kind of east of the Rockies and areas that, unfortunately, as you know, have been hit relatively hard by severe weather recently. Notice as I just kind of let this run here, you see that we had another storm complex to our west tonight. It drops south and east, mostly across central Oklahoma, and then we could kind of do that again on Friday. If this pattern holds, these would just kind of clip our area across south central and southeastern Oklahoma. It could bring us some gusty winds. But again, if that path changes a little further east, then that might bring our rain chances up a little bit more. As we head into Saturday, this is when that upper level ridge is building in a little more. Highs, upper 90s, heat index at or above 105. And Sunday is going to be kind of the same story as well. As we take a look at the 7-day planner, summer officially began yesterday, right? And, well, the 7-day is acting like it. Low 90s today and tomorrow. Again, slight chances for storms. Upper 90s Saturday and Sunday. Heat index over 105. Temperatures will drop off just very slightly on Monday, but overall, lots of summer heat to come.